Tales of Old Night, Episode 11, The Thin Glass. We are still here. That is no longer a statement of fact. It is a decision, an act of defiance. The navigator's spire is dark. I stood at the base of it 6 hours ago. 12 hours ago. Time doesn't flow here. It distorts until you can't tell today from yesterday. I looked up into the cupola, and I saw them. The navigators. All three of them. They were just sitting there, staring into the immaterium. But their eyes were looking back at something inside the room. They were smiling when they died. That's what I can't stop thinking about. They weren't afraid. They were welcoming something. I had the body bag sealed and jettisoned. Protocol. But the moment the airlock cycled, the ship groaned. Not metal fatigue. It was a sound like a held breath, a disappointment. The Geller field. That's the real log entry. The reason I'm speaking now. It's flickering. Not in the way the tech priests can fix. It's not a power fluctuation. It's a thinning, like skin stretched too tight over a fist. You can see it now. When you look out the viewing ports, you used to see just light, color, chaos. Now, you see shapes, outlines, things that press against the glass like children at a candy shop window. The crew knows. I had to execute Helmsman Varn 2 hours ago. He was on the observation deck just staring. I asked him what he was looking at. He turned to me, and his eyes were wet, but not with tears. They were weeping a thin, clear oil. He said, "They're waving at me, Captain. They're my mother. They're all my mother. Can I let them in, just for a moment?" I put my last pistol to his temple. I told him there was nobody out there. He just smiled. That same smile the navigators had, and said, "There is only us, Captain. We're just spread out a bit thin right now." I pulled the trigger. His body didn't fall. It just relaxed, like something left it. And then, a moment later, we all heard it, a tapping, from the outside of the hull, right where his body would have hit the void. The ship's manifest says we have 847 souls on board. This morning, I walked the lower decks. I saw a man having a conversation with his own shadow. The shadow was answering. I saw a woman tearing open a bulkhead conduit, not to access the wires, but to whisper into it. She said the ship was thirsty. She said the ship had been asking for a drink for a very long time. I didn't stop her. What law applies here? What regulation covers the moment when your ancestors start crawling up from your subconscious and knocking on the hull? The Geller field is so thin now. I can taste the outside. It tastes like ozone and cloves and the memory of a scream my ears have never heard. The tapping has spread. It's not just one spot anymore. It's the port bow, the starboard flank, the underbelly. They're finding all the weak points. They're very patient. I gave the order to shut off the internal vox. Not because we need silence, because every time it crackles, we hear whispers behind the static. Promises. We have room. It's warm in here. You've been sailing for so long, Captain. Don't you want to rest your eyes? I'm the only one left on the bridge now. The rest, they just wandered off. They said they were going to meet the welcomers. The lights are flickering, not with power loss. They're flickering in rhythm, like a heartbeat, like a response to the tapping. The Geller field just collapsed. I can feel it. The air changed. It's thicker, warmer. It smells like gardens after rain. Gardens that never existed on any world I know. I'm looking at the main viewing port now. The warp isn't outside anymore. It's in here. The walls are breathing. The floor is soft. and standing in the center of the bridge, where my helm console used to be, is a figure. It's wearing my face. It's wearing my uniform. But its eyes are the navigator's eyes. Welcoming, patient. It's smiling at me. And for the first time in this long, long voyage, I'm not tired. I'm not scared. I'm remembering. I remember that I was never the captain. I was always just a passenger. And this ship was never taking me away from the warp. It was taking me home.